Welcome to day one of discovering the art of somatic pleasure. The first thing we need to do is understand what somatics are. And the way I'm using it here and the way it's become known in the world of self-help is this understanding of our body as being one integrated whole. It's like an ecosystem, and there's so many parts of our body that are interacting with each other, and there's so much information happening in those parts that it's beyond our cognitive ability to really understand it all the time, right? But it's not just what's happening in our body, it's what's happening in the world around us and how we're integrating and interacting and interfacing with the environment around us, with our breath, with our movement, with our touch, and the amount of awareness that we bring into any given moment in that environment. Now, pleasure is another word that often has the connotation, I would say, that most people's minds go to something like sex and sensuality. Pleasure does include those for sure, but pleasure is also just how aware you are of your environment and how you engage in your environment. And it has no moral connotation to it at all, and it's going to be different for everybody. So when we bring somatics and pleasure together, what we're really trying to do is create a more engaged life, to be able to widen our perceptions of what's going on around us and use that to interact with ourselves and with the people around us and with the environment. So over the next 5 days, we're going to be going over the 4 foundations of somatics: breath, touch, movement, and mindfulness. And we're going to learn how those are all part and parcel to each other. You can't do one without the other, but if you bring awareness to one part, you can actually augment the whole. And in this way, we can begin to utilize the mass amount of information that's coming into our body at any given moment. I mean, it's estimated that there's something like 11 million bits of information per second coming in and out of our body all the time. Now, if we can widen our perception of that, if we can widen our awareness of that and become more engaged, what do you think is going to happen? We are going to feel more engaged with life, and that's what we're looking for. That's the art of somatic pleasure. Tomorrow we dive right into the first foundation, touch, and understanding how it is integral to our psychological development and our emotional well-being.